We welcome you back. I'm Rick Sanchez. Imagine what it would be like to be an Arab-American actor or actress trying to get a job as a leading man or woman in a movie or a television show these days. Do you take the role of a terrorist or Islamic radical that you're offered? Or do you say, hey, no thanks, and hope that that good guy role is going to come along anytime soon? A lot of actors are saying that those are the tough choices that they are facing, and they're blaming Hollywood for putting them in this predicament. Here's our entertainment correspondent, Brooke Anderson.
Terrorist.
What?
Terrorist. Terrorist. Arab-American actor Syed Badreya. For much of his career, Hollywood offered him only one kind of role: terrorist.
That's the only role was available for me. 14 years I have one line. In the name of Allah, I will kill you all. That's it. Every movie I go in and somehow I end up with that line.
Arab characters have long been Hollywood's stock villain, all the way back to the silent era with The Sheik, to today's post-9/11 world, when the number of terrorist roles has only increased, with films like United 93, Munich, Syriana, and The Kingdom. That's created more employment opportunities for Arab actors, but at what cost?
Oftentimes they play terrorists. The material that was available was very one-sided or very, that was pigeonholed.
Mark Kasabani, who like Badreya is of Egyptian descent, played a terrorist in season 2 of 24, but has turned down parts he feels perpetuate a harmful stereotype.
I remember my niece writing me and saying, "Uncle, are you still playing a terrorist?" Because someone in school today said, "You know what, I saw your uncle on TV, and you must be a terrorist too."
Alicia Fasano was the casting director for Showtime's terrorism-themed Sleeper Cell. She says she understands the Arab-American actor's dilemma.
If these jobs come up, if you don't feel comfortable with it, don't take it.
And Fasano asserts typecasting isn't unique to Arab-American actors.
For years, that's what we've gotten with the Latino actors. It was, I don't want to play a maid, I don't want to play a gangbanger, but that's what all the roles are. Most stories about Italian Americans are about the mob.
Bobby's dead, he's shot.
And they keep making them. And actors get jobs.
Kasabani and Badreya are working independently to change the Arab stereotype.
95 or 100% of movie done about Arab is written by a white guy.
You want to talk about it?
Hoping to present a more balanced view of Arab Americans, Badreya co-wrote and stars in the upcoming feature film AmericanEast, which isn't about terrorists, but an Arab family man who opens a Middle Eastern restaurant with his Jewish friend. Likewise, Kasabani is developing a sympathetic comedy called The Rules of a Muslim in Love. Brooke Anderson, CNN, Hollywood.
And you're going to recognize our next guest as the quirky detective monk. He's Tony Shalhoub. Before that, he was the American-born actor, played the good guy, FBI agent with an Arab background in The Siege, and a very different type. He was also an Italian-American taxi driver in the long-running TV series Wings. There he is. Tony Shalhoub is good enough to join us now. You know, as I was watching Brooke's report, I was thinking to myself, I bet you there's a real hunger or thirst out there, and Hollywood's maybe not smart enough to figure it out. But wouldn't it be neat to know the backstories of a lot of Muslims or Arabs that we don't know? Because if we only know one side, I bet you a lot of Americans would like to know, what are these people really like, right?
Well, that's true, Rick. And as Saeed was saying before, that's kind of what we set out to do with this film, AmericanEast. It's a story, takes place in present-day Los Angeles in the Arab American, Muslim American community, and post 9/11, of course. And it's just a kind of a slice of life story. It's got great, it's got romance. It has humor. It has violence. It has all of that. But it's not a story that's just about terrorism.
Well, you know what's interesting, though, as you look at these stories that are out there, where Arab Americans are always playing, what does he say? In the name of Allah, I'm going to kill you. Or, it's always the same line. Are they being a little too sensitive, though? After all, hey, as my dad would say, son, work is work.
Well, there is that side of it. And, Hollywood takes a lot of heat, You know, everybody wants to blame Hollywood for everything.
Yeah.
But the reality is you know, it's really about the appetite of the viewers. It's about the fact that you know, the Arab American community, the actors, the writers, the directors, have to be proactive. They have to maybe initiate some of their own work, which is, again, what we tried to do with American East. Saeed and the director of American East and myself put together the Arab American Filmmakers Award a year or so ago. We try to encourage Arab American writers to submit short screenplays and
yeah, stuff that's nuanced, stuff that, for
Right.
example, you're Lebanese, right? So I just happen to know if you're Lebanese, chances are you're not even a Muslim, right?
Well, I'm not, but there are Lebanese Muslims, of course.
Of course,
Again,
yeah,
but there's
a huge Christian. I guess the point I'm making is there's all this nuance, there's all this layer in the Arab and Muslim communities. Different people with different ideas, but we don't get to know that. You would think, you talked about the American appetite. There is an American appetite for knowledge, but all too often, the people in charge of doing TV and the people in charge of doing movies don't satisfy that hunger because they're too busy just doing the periphery stuff. Am I wrong?
Well, no, that's true. Again, I hate to keep invoking this movie, American East, but it speaks to this very issue. There's a group of, for, you know, Arab Americans in this movie, but you know, we use this phrase, and it's so overused, and I think in a lot of people's minds, you know, what is that? What does that mean? It's just this vast, you know, a group of people. It's a blanket statement, kind of blanket phrase, and really, in our film, for example, there's an Iraqi Christian, there's a Jordanian, some are Muslim, some are Christian. They're from all different parts of the Middle East, and you get a peek at all of these different characters. Some are in conflict with each other, some are, you know, friendly with each other, and I like this part of the story because
tell us more. When are people going to be able to see this movie?
Well, we're doing the festival circuit now. It was at the Hampton Film Festival last month. We're going to Dubai, actually, the film festival there early in December, and we hope to get it mainstream.
Well, we'll get you back, and maybe we can show a clip and have another discussion about this. By the way, you make a great cop.
Well, thank you. Thank you.
See you later. Tony Shalhoub, thanks so much. We appreciate it. Larry King Live.